Yeah, we on Boss Talk TV. Shout out to E. He the reason you see me.
We're talking to the girlfriend. She's trying to call his agent, but we're trying to get him to call her to call him first. But she's saying he is armed and has a history of mental illness, and her quote was, "He will end it all."
Good copy. You probably ran back to the car to get the gun. 10-4.
If she calls him, we'll let you know.
Good copy. Alright, y'all do me a favor. Everybody stay with the buddy. Don't go looking alone. This guy is armed.
President, they just received a text from him, a group text from him saying goodbye. They're concerned for his welfare. They do not have a key to the apartment.
David 7, I copy. I advised on this call. We were just out there. There's nobody at the apartment. All contact from by phone.
We have a lieutenant calling in from Plano advising that the NFL is calling Plano PD and the subject is texting his family goodbye.
Wow, guys. Make sure you like, subscribe to the channel. This is a sad occasion, man. Marshawn Kneeland takes his own life according to all the reports that came in. This is a tough one, man, when you're 20-some years old and you got your whole life ahead of you, and then, you can't deal with life, man. Everything that look like it's blingy and glimmering, sometimes it don't be as blingy and glimmering as you might think. OG, you there?
Man, I'm right here. That's heartbreaking. 24 years old and took his own life. What could be that bad? And wow.
A lot of these guys are suffering in silence, man. And I mean, just, when you look at his lifestyle and you look at who you feel like he is, you would look over and say, man, I wish I was him. But you don't know what's going on inside of his head, his metanoia. The devil plays games with your mind. And a lot of time when you thinking things, you think sometimes so hard that you create these things in your mind. And some of those challenges mentally, people are not even able to get past. So this guy here, man, a young man, takes his life. And that I basically was letting you hear the dispatch audio from what was being said. Every article, USA Today, everybody's talking about it. Here, one article says in USA Today, Marshawn Kneeland, a defensive end for the Dallas Cowboys, died sometime between late Wednesday, November the 5th, and early morning, Thursday, November the 6th, with what appeared to be a self-inflicted gun wound, according to the Frisco, Texas Police Department. It says Kneeland was 24. His agent, Jonathan Perzella of Sports Star, Inc., said Kneeland died Wednesday night, while the Cowboys in their announcement said he tragically passed Thursday morning. It is the extreme sadness that the Dallas Cowboys shared that Marshawn Kneeland tragically passed away this morning. The team said Marshawn was a beloved teammate and member of our organization. OG, have you ever seen, and I know you're a little older than me, have you ever seen anything in this light?
No, I'm just, man, I mean, the characters of these young men are so sensitive today that this amazes me when it says our thoughts and prayers are with his girlfriend Catalina. Well, where was she at the time?
OG, I don't know where Catalina was, but I think she was one of the people that called in. She called in, I think.
Huh?
I believe she was one of the people that played part in calling in and trying to figure this thing out with him, man. Was he? I don't know their relationship, but this here is a 24-year-old successful young black man that has taken his life. I had a cousin that took his life over a woman one time.
And that
was a thing where, and he was a dude you didn't even want to play with. He was a cat that basically a little older than me, around my brother's age. Him and my brother ran together, and he ended up falling in love with this girl, and he ended up taking his life because she had cheated on him or something, or she was going to leave him. And a lot of time, man, your mind, again, it goes back to your mind mentally. These guys are playing. They're trying to play at the highest intensity. He just had, I think he just scored a touchdown the other week. This guy was not somebody that was not doing well at what he had set out to do. But again, a lot of times your mind gets twisted and you get to thinking things are worse than what they are. You get to scaling things from 1 to 10 and you putting it on a high scale when it shouldn't be. Life has got way more to offer you if you just see it through. And I wish somebody could have been there to talk to him and tell him that.
That sounds good, but they say the mind is a terrible thing to waste.
That's real.
And once you get locked up into the fame and the glamour and the expectations, and like you said about your people that committed suicide, but 90% of this is behind a female. Especially these younger dudes. When it gets an older dude, it's a lot of times it's about money, and their businesses done went out. They can't face the world no more. But this boy was 24 years old, so it was an emotional difficulty that came about to him. Catalina know what happened.
OG, you don't know that, dude. You don't know the whole story on that. I don't even know why you just sitting up saying you don't know the story. All right, Catalina know what happened. You something else. You can't say that. You don't know that. Let me read a little bit more of this article.
You want me to swim? You want me to say it again? Catalina knew what happened.
Man, here we go, man. Kneeland was 24. His agent, Jonathan Perzelli of the Sports Inc. said Kneeland died Wednesday night while the Cowboys was in there. An announcement said he tragically passed Thursday morning. So that's all we know. The stuff you adding, I don't know if we want to say that.
Wait, no. So if it was that cut and dry, sir, if you're telling me what the manager said and he just scored a touchdown, why would he take his life?
I agree. That is a good question.
As the kids say today, make it make sense.
Well, it said Kneeland scored Dallas first. Hold on, let me read this. He was just scoring touchdown.
You go read all day. Somebody know why he committed.
I agree with you, but I'm just telling you. This is what something you have to. Catalina don't. She don't know. We don't know if she know.
Better than anybody else.
Here you go.
Catalina know more than his mother know. He's 24 years old, and they say our prayers and our thoughts go to Catalina. Let's question Catalina.
Kneeland scored Dallas's first touchdown of its Monday Night Football loss to Arizona Cardinals on November the 3rd. You know what I mean? You got to understand that he scored like.
He scored. So he scored and then shot himself. How that sound?
That sounds crazy, OG.
Okay, well you said it. He scored.
Yeah.
And he shot himself.
OG, and I mean this was a promising kid. I mean a promising kid.
Young, 24 years. You know what? At 24, one time I did think about taking my life, like a second and a half, and I'm like, shit, no, I ain't doing that.
Boy, you something. I can't deal with you. I can't. I can't.
Just at 24, killing somebody would be no problem, but they're hurting me. And when they stabbed me, oh, bro, I had a whole nother lifestyle. I had an epiphany.
When you got stabbed, you know you didn't want to go there, huh?
I know, man. What? That shit hurt so bad, bro. I almost told on them people too.
Boy, I'm telling you, can't do that. But it say, it say Marshawn Neal wore his mother's ashes in a necklace after her death 1 year before his own. So he was going through some mental stuff. His mother passed too. I'm trying to make sense of all this. I'm trying to make sense of all of it, OG. I'm going through it right now, trying to get to it. It says Marshawn Neal. Let me finish this. Need to know Marshawn, and this is people that People magazine. They wrote this. Marshall Kneeland's mother, Wendy, died in February 2024, 2 months before he was drafted into the NFL. The Cowboys defense end died on Wednesday, November the 5th. At the age of 24, Kneeland scored a touchdown days earlier on Monday Night Football. Marshawn Kneeland's mother, Wendy, died unexpectedly just before the late Cowboys defensive end was drafted into the NFL this year. Marshawn, who died Wednesday night at the age of 24, wore his mother's ashes necklace around his neck, keeping close her memory and her encouraging his as he fulfilled his lifelong dream to become a Dallas Cowboy. You know, that's just so sad, bro, because sometimes you can get in a state where, like I said again, mentally, you feel like, man, it ain't nothing worth being here for. My mama gone. I lost my mama and she was 44. So, see, and he's young too. So his mom wasn't that old, bro. And I'm telling you, it does something to you when you lose somebody like that. And it took me years to get over it. I still haven't really gotten over it. I'm telling you, it took me years. It's 6 months later, my life changed dramatically. And my story is something else, but man, it could have went a whole different way for me as well. But the whole family at that point, we all went our separate ways. We never felt the same about each other, whether they want to admit it or not. We never embraced each other the same way. After mama was gone, wasn't no more dinners, wasn't no more coming over to the house together, wasn't no more nothing. Everything seemed crazy. And his whole lifelong dream, probably his mama been taking him to football practice, doing everything with him from a kid. And then all of a sudden, right before he get ready to go in, bam, this here happens to him. And mentally, you stuck. And I know that's what happened to him because it happened to me. And I'm telling you right now, once you start to going through these phases, you gotta I found God. That was the only way I was able to make it through. And I understood that I could really start over again and I could cope. It was a coping mechanism for me to read and to study and to get caught up in research. If it had not been for God, I wouldn't think I could have been that. I could have been this guy. I could have been Marshawn Kneeland. So sometimes when you go through stuff that you just don't understand, and you lose somebody that pretty much nurtured you, you fed by everything that pretty much she lived by, and you pretty much driven your success and everything you stand on is tied up in her. And that really, to be quite honest with you, this is something I'm going to say, and a lot of people might agree, may not agree. But when you're young, you don't look to God. You look to your parents as your God. This is something that a lot of people don't really think about. But when you're young, your everything is your parents, the people who raise you up, the ones who telling you you're going to do better, or you going to be this, or you going to be that. They're encouraging you. They letting you win on certain situations. They disciplining you on situations. This is who you look to as your God, and your parents look to God. But when you lose that link and you didn't just get to understand the algorithm of how to maneuver in life without that link to your mother or to your father, it can mess your mind up, OG. I'm telling you, it did me. Do you have friends that lost their parents early on, OG?
Of course.
And I've interviewed him. Ice-T was one of them. He lost his parents. He had to be a strong person to lose his mother and his father. Mayhem the Mentor. A lot of people that I've interviewed have lost their parents early on and was able to maneuver through life. I remember Ice-T told me he lost his, I think it was his father first, then his mother. Then he was shipped over to L.A. And when he got to L.A., he with an auntie or somebody that he didn't really even know. Now he got to live with her and he don't really know her like that. Now he has to figure it out in life. So much so that when he first had his first child, he was happy just to have he was happy she got pregnant because he wanted somebody to be a part of his life, be a family with. And that's what I'm telling you, for him to still be here, for people like Mayhem, the Mentor, who lost twin brothers, lost their parents before, they were months old, never knew their real parents, had to go through orphanages and all type of stuff, bro. And so a parent, I'm digging there because a parent is something that's very significant to life. And
being significant, all that mentioned, and his mother passed and she was this, but they never mentioned, like, he didn't drop off like an egg. He had a father somewhere.
I don't know.
So we don't talk about the black man in the life and not taking anything away from him, but the emotional baggage that you carry being raised with a woman. And now that his mother has passed, now he's leeching on to another female to take his mother's place.
Yeah.
and you start you turn to God and you did all of that, but you didn't become a preacher. You became a husband.
Yeah. You're right, OG.
So only thing changed my life is God. No, Miss Jamaica helped God.
Man, I ain't meet that woman till later on, but you know what? If you don't hush, man, you don't know nothing about what you talking about.
She made you.
Man, you out of your mind. Do you not know it was years later when I met this woman? Are you crazy? My mama died in 1996. I met my wife in 2003. Man, if you don't hush.
A couple of years later, you was
1996, 97, 98, 99, 2000. Boy, that's like 10 years later. If you don't hush, you always got something to say.
You wasn't a deacon up in the church.
No, I don't even look. I don't do the. I'm not. You know and you my partner. So you know I don't even do the church thing. So stop that.
Wait a minute, minister. You just testified how you turned to the Lord.
OG, we're not going to take it there. OG, we're not going to take it there. OG, the only reason we're not going to take it there because I don't believe like a lot of people believe, so it'll be a long conversation. I wouldn't be listen, from what I believe and listen, let me finish. From what I believe and how I deal with God, I don't even believe in going to be no deacon in no building and all that. So it wouldn't even be the right conversation to have. Just know that I have a relationship with God and let it go and that I'm still here. All you got to do is just feel me on that.
Wait a minute, I'm with you. I just give Miss Jamaica her accolades.
Man, Miss Jamaica was not even around when this was going on. You are so crazy. You know what I'm saying? But let me get back to Marshawn, man. I got to read a little bit more of this.
Marshawn had an emotional attachment and he lost something at a critical time. And to replace it, the replacement wasn't where it's supposed to be, and he felt devastated. Something happened. And Carolina knows.
Oh my God, I can't stand you. You really is nerve-wracking. Let me just say this. 2 months later, the Cowboys selected Marshawn as a 56th overall pick in the second round. In his rookie season, Marshawn appeared in 11 games and recorded 14 tackles. But the season in the wake of the Cowboys trade, which sent star Michael Parsons to the Green Bay Packers, Neil profile rose. He rose up then. He said just 48 hours before his death, he scored his first NFL touchdown on Monday Night Football in the game against Arizona Cardinals, man. And what a celebration it was. After the Cowboys blocked a Cardinals punt, the ball deflected into the end zone, and Kneeland was the first to land on it. Scored on a rare special teams play. Boy, ain't that something? That's all right. It says, in the wake of his mother's death last year, the Western Michigan standout shared his emotions of losing his mom just as he was about to achieve his goals of making it to the NFL. The thing I could do now is just make her proud and go there and be a great NFL and keep forward with her name, he told ABC affiliates. So, man, he had it all figured out. I don't know where everything went wrong. I'm not going to sit up here and speculate like some people that might be on the phone talking to me.
Did you say some people?
I'm just saying, I'm going to make sure to...
You're just not white enough to say you people.
No. I'm just saying, we definitely praying for Kneeland, man, family. The family he have left. I don't know if he had any children. I don't know what he had, but I do know people were concerned about him. And as you heard the 911 call earlier, people were trying to defuse the situation, and it didn't go the way they wanted it to. And just, man, it's just a deal, man, where we listen, man, talk to the people that you love. No matter how much you think they're doing good, they might not be doing good as you think. So I'm telling you, man, if you love somebody and you really, and they dear to you, have a conversation with them, bro. I talked to OG. The counseling ain't good, but at least I can express myself.
What you mean it ain't good?
I talked to Miss Jamaica, my wife, and talked to my kids, and OG done snuck in here, and he crazy. So it's a different type of conversation with my brother. You know, all of these people, my infrastructure, man. Thank God for them, man. Sometimes it's just good to communicate and have conversations with the people that you care most about. OG, how's your mental health?
It's bad, boy. It's bad. My mental health is healthy as hell, but it's bad.
Well, I don't understand that, but OG, what can you say to the people to try to give them a light at the end of the tunnel somewhere to make everybody who we do still have with us, comfortable enough to talk to somebody about their issue if they have anything internally going on in their brain?
Well, you said, you said a mouthful when you started off, because the foundation is your spiritual health. And when you're in denial and thinking that people can make you better, or money can make you better, or coochie can make you better, no, it's some inner things that you have to come to in your life. And like say, waking up praying, and you're not praying for you. You're not helping God out. You're trying to maintain your level of sanity. So it's these dudes. I just talked to one of my friends the other day, and she was distraught about her son but he was raised with his mother and his grandmother, and he's bitter about it.
Wow.
But now he's grown and he's lashing out because everything you thought you did, he holds it against you. So
wow.
A lot of time these young men are bitter because no matter what, still in all, since they're sending out prayers, he had a father. Where was his father at?
Yeah, I have no idea.
Nobody mentioned the man. Nobody mentioned his mother died, and it's tragic.
No, he did have a father, but it didn't mention nothing in all my readings about him. I'd have to research it and see what happened to his father.
Just like she was a chicken and he an egg. Like it wasn't, bro, no. We have to start and that's what I love about this shutdown and the things. It's going to start, like you always say, it's going to bring a big mama back.
Yeah.
Cutting this up. Now it's God didn't put her in a position where the black man gonna have to step up. Like you were saying, you showed me this article earlier where this lady was telling her son, don't get a job, get welfare.
Yeah.
So some of these young men have been so misrepresented by women, unintelligent women that have a warped sense of what life is, and it grows a kid up backwards. So you need a black man. You need a black man, not none of these busters, because we got a lot of them too. But now God is bringing it where the black family is going to have to come back together, and we have to step out. And you can't be scared of no kid. All the stuff I've been through, and I'm not dead yet. For a kid to kill me don't mean nothing to me.
Wow, and Marshawn Kneeland will truly be missed. The Cowboys spoke out the team and the organization, and it's just a tragedy, and it's definitely something that, guys, check on your people, man. And if you're still watching, guys, make sure you download Boss Talk 101, and also, guys, I don't know, this next video will be OG. I'm gonna let you look at him. OG talking on the show about Diddy and all type of stuff, and is Trump gonna release it? I'm not doing this with you. Yeah, first of the year. Hey man, Boss Talk 101, man, reviews.
Yeah, we on Boss Talk TV. Shout out to E. He the reason you see me.